When people complain about Genshin Impact, two of the most common major problems that people bring up are 1. A lack of endgame content, and 2. Lackluster co-op content. Do I think that the Divine Ingenuity event will solve these things? No, I don't. At least, not in its current state. However, I do think that the Divine Ingenuity event has the potential to lay out the groundwork to resolve both of these issues. I can explain why I'm so excited for what this event could one day lay out the foundations for with one phrase: customizable Mario Maker Zelda dungeons with co-op. Let me ask this: have you ever heard of a Mario Maker player complain about a lack of content? I've personally never heard him complain about it, and there's a good reason for that. It's because the game theoretically has unlimited content. As long as Mario Maker has an active player base, it pretty much has as much content as you could reasonably ask for. Genshin Impact has millions of players right now. If miHoYo created a system that let players create content for them, the potential amount of content that could be made for the game is tremendous. Even the streamers on Twitch that play Genshin Impact as a job would have enough content to satisfy them. Like, have you seen what people have managed to create with just a Serena teapot, despite the furnishing load limit? This game has tons of super creative and talented players. If Genshin Impact had unlimited player-made dungeons, can you imagine how great that would be? And if there was co-op too, that'd be absolutely insane. Doing puzzles together and fighting enemies in a dungeon with friends would be so much fun. That said, implementing this feature would be an incredibly difficult undertaking. I'm not denying that, and suggesting otherwise would be foolish. However, miHoYo has the resources to actually implement this feature. They're a billion-dollar company now. Not only that, but miHoYo also has a team that I believe can create this feature. Despite the complaints I've sometimes seen, the quality of Genshin Impact's content and the limited 6-week timeframe miHoYo's team has set for themselves is incredibly high. For example, the recent 3 Realms Gateway Offering event is incredibly high quality. It's an entirely new, instanced, limited time area with tons of exploration, an interesting story, and even new music. You can't create something amazing by just throwing money at a problem if you don't also have a good development team. But miHoYo has both the monetary resources and the human resources to do this. I think they could totally pull this idea off if they committed themselves to doing it. And they've already even proven that they can implement features to create player-made content with the Serena Teapot and this Divine Ingenuity event. This Divine Ingenuity event gives me hope that miHoYo might be on the same page as this idea. So I'm personally pretty excited for what it could potentially turn into one day. Again, I don't think the Divine Ingenuity event is quite as ambitious as the idea I'm suggesting, but I do think it could lay out the foundations for this idea at some point in the future. There's also a lot in it for miHoYo if they do decide to implement this. I'm not kidding when I say that I believe Genshin could have a player base that's multiple times bigger than it already currently is if they implemented this idea well. Genshin Impact is already an amazing game. If it also had unlimited player-made content that could be co-opted on top of everything else it already has, that would be absolutely insane. Then again, Divine Ingenuity could also just end up as a recurring event that never gets expanded on in scope. That's unfortunately what I consider the more likely possibility. On the tiniest chance that a miHoYo employee ends up looking at this, please consider this idea. I swear it would be super sick. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Take care and have a good one.